Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Buer, taking a peek at Kentucky Derby contender Highly Motivated from the powerhouse Chad Brown barn. Highly Motivated has 2 starts this year. He ran in the Gotham off the layoff, and he didn't get off to the greatest of starts, tried to rally from out of it, and last time out against Essential Quality in the Bluegrass, he just missed after a attempted gate-to-wire gambit. He was a good 2-year-old. Let's watch his 3rd start at 2, the Nyquist Stakes at Keeneland. Now, this race only at 6.5 furlongs, Mike, but you have to like the way he came and got these horses on the lead. And for a 2-year-old to earn a 96 Beyer speed figure, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, this is a really impressive win all the way around. And this horse had run really well in the first 2 starts of his career. This race here, first time out of New York, first time out of the maiden ranks. He just absolutely overwhelmed this field with a big finish. It came back with a very fast figure for a 2-year-old. This is a really talented horse.
That race was his 3rd start as a 2-year-old. The Kentucky Derby will be his 3rd race as a 3-year-old. We'll see if Chad can get that winning pattern to replicate itself. As for Highly Motivated, I think a lot of folks are going to point to distance as being one of the major question marks surrounding this horse. So I've had some folks compare him to Practical Joke, a Chad Brown trained runner that was very good around 1 turn. You stretched him out around 2. He was okay, but not as good. Do you see that comparison with Highly Motivated, or is it too early to tell?
It might be too early. I mean, I certainly understand the comparisons. And listen, it'd be no disgrace for Highly Motivated to turn out to be like Practical Joke, who was a really, really good horse for these connections. We'll see what he can do. I think you do, at least I do, have to be concerned about distance with this horse coming off of the Bluegrass, which was his first 2-turn race, his first 9 furlong race. And while he ran well, and I do believe that he ran well in that race, Dan, that pace was not fast. He had control of it. And he just really couldn't hold on to a stretch lead without much of an excuse, although he was beaten by a really good horse.
He was very game. He was beaten by the horse that will be the favorite in the Kentucky Derby in Essential Quality. But the next question, I think you already answered. If he was going to beat that horse going 2 turns, wouldn't it have been in a situation like that, a field that didn't have a lot of pace and one in which he was in complete control?
Yeah, I mean, that was certainly a good opportunity for him. Just the fact that he couldn't hold on. And again, it was a really good horse that closed him down. So that could ultimately just be enough to give him another chance, picking up even more distance on the first Saturday. And man, I didn't love the fact that he went back to his wrong lead at about the 16th pole in that race, Dan. I just feel like he was getting tired at the end of the race. Overall, I'm not so sure he isn't one of the most talented horses in this entire 3-year-old crop, Dan. I think this horse is really good. I just don't know how far he wants to go.
I have a feeling I know how you're going to answer this race, but Highly Motivated ended up on the lead in the Bluegrass, and it was a very wise ride by Javier Castellano, taking it to that field. Again, there was not a lot of speed signed on, but we have seen this horse rally very effectively from off the pace. Is there a chance that he just prefers that sort of running style? Let someone else do the dirty work early and save something for the end. If there is questions about his distance ability, I can certainly see the connections going that route in the Derby.
I think they'll go that route in the Derby too. Whether it makes a difference or not, I guess, would be the real question. And he certainly was a horse, even right from the start, Dan. As an early 2-year-old, he was not a horse who had a lot of speed. They would rate him. He would get a spot in about the middle of the pack, and then he would really finish in his races. So maybe that ultimately will make a difference as far as this horse's ability going longer are concerned. I just don't see how, even if he does prefer to be somewhere off the pace, I don't see how that makes any kind of a difference as far as his Bluegrass is concerned. I mean, he had all the best of it in there. They walked early and sprinted home.
Going back to his Gotham, he was the beaten favorite that day. It was a race that was won by a big-priced long shot. Were you disappointed in that effort?
No, I thought he ran great in the Gotham, and I thought he came out of that race with a real big excuse. Not only didn't he break great off the layoff, but then he got shuffled back out of the chute. He lost all kinds of position in that race. When you go back and watch the replay, I mean, he was the only horse in there running at the end. I actually felt like he ran really well in the Gotham.
Pattern handicappers will note that Highly Motivated won the Nyquist in his 3rd start at 2 off of 2 upwardly mobile Beyer performances. He's now going in to his 3rd start as a 3-year-old in the Kentucky Derby off Beyers of 92 and 97. He's got Chad Brown in his corner, but but it's all about distance for Highly Motivated.